All right, here we are. Dropping everything. Here we are. Another chapter of the podcast. Today I'm solo. And I'm currently coming down with something. I think it's just sinuses, I'm hoping. Haven't been sleeping real well. And once you don't get a full night's good rest, man, that just makes every day hell, especially when you're working, because then you already don't want to be there, and then you're tired on top of it, and you're unmotivated. So I think the most important thing in life, one of them, it's got to be top 5, is getting a good night's rest. Getting them Z's in. I mean, feeling good. That's a thing a lot of Americans don't get, is a good night's sleep. You know, you ever just have them days where you pop up out of bed like a 4-year-old on summer vacation, off of preschool, your first summer break, you pop up out of bed and you just sprint. I mean, you run everywhere like a little puppy dog, man. You know, dogs, yeah, they're like that. They run everywhere until they get old. You know? Think about a dog. They run everywhere until they're about 7 years old. And then they kind of slow down a little bit. Some keep going, but, at 7 years old, a dog's 49. Allegedly. I don't know how they calculate that, but I think I've gone over this before. It's something that's always in my head. Dogs, why do things on Earth age faster than we do? Life is crazy. This temporary experience we have, man. It is very, very crazy. Yeah, I'm doing this on what is today? It's Wednesday, 5/50, 4/11/2018. I'm a little tired. I didn't get good sleep last night. I could use a cup of coffee. Honestly, I could use a cup of coffee. A strong cup. A lot of people don't like a strong cup of coffee, They like the new thing seems to be them Keurigs. And I gotta admit, I'm not that big. It doesn't really taste like coffee to me. Pardon me. It don't taste like coffee at all. It don't taste fresh. I know it's coffee grounds in a little cup, and then they shoot some water into it, and bam, it comes out. And you got a cup of Joe to go, but I just don't. I am not a Keurig fan. I would, or gas station coffee either. I can't get a good cup of gas station coffee. I go to Speedway, 7-Eleven, Sheetz, Flying J, Pilot, True North, you name it. None of them have good coffee. It doesn't taste like real coffee. Do any of them use Maxwell House or Folgers? Those are the two standard coffees right there. Dunkin' Donuts don't make actually, you know what? I just bought a bag of Dunkin' Donuts coffee. The beans, too. Ground them up. You know how you pour the bag of beans into the top of the little coffee grinder, the coffee bean grinder, and then grind up the beans. You put your bag under there, hit the button, boom, fresh ground. Fresh ground coffee, you go home. I was all excited. I got the freshest coffee I can possibly get. I got the Dunkin' Donuts, rich blend or dark. Brewed it up, and it was horrible. It was almost as bad as Keurig coffee. So I don't know. Starbucks. Now they have a good bean. I'd like to know where they get their beans from, because that's the best cup of coffee I've ever had in my entire life. Even just if you get it black, you just get the black coffee, you can't go wrong. I could go for it right now too. But if I drink a cup of coffee now, man, I will be wired till like 2 a.m. and I gotta get up tomorrow, So I gotta I'm on water. And like I said, I was going off the rails there, eating, throwing single mozzarella sticks in the microwave, and that's when it just goes too far. You start eating that math food, Your body gets it, and it's like throwing me a calculus problem. You throw me enough calculus problems, you're going to have a buildup on my desk. There's going to be questions all over the place that aren't answered. And that's called body fat, because you can't throw your body something with 65 ingredients and expect it to solve it like a cucumber. That's one ingredient. Bam. Water, one ingredient. Bam. Steak, protein. Bam. Chicken. All this, I mean, digests a lot better than you're hungry. It's in the morning. You didn't get sleep, right? So you rushed out of the house because that's what happens when you don't get sleep. You get up, you got to rush out of the house now. You got to rush out of the house because you hit the snooze too many times, You're in 7-Eleven. You grab one of them packaged sausage, egg, and cheese muffins. There's got to be 105 ingredients on there when there's only 4 things on the sandwich. Bread, egg, cheese, and sausage. And there's 250 ingredients to make up that sandwich. The preservatives. Your body don't know. Your digestive tract don't know what to do with xanthan gum. Where do I find xanthan gum in the nature? Where do I find it? Can we even find it? Is that a real thing? That is math food. Macaroni and cheese is math food. Nothing in nature tastes as good as a double cheeseburger from McDonald's. Not one single thing even comes close to that taste. Nothing should taste that good either. Absolutely nothing should taste as good as a double cheeseburger from McDonald's. Especially when you ride through there, they slide it out with the cheese unmelted. I like a burger with the cheese not melted because I feel like you can taste the cheese better. And it kind of gives me an indication that the burger's fresh because they just made it through the cheese on. But that's also an indication that maybe, just maybe, those patties are cold too. Maybe that's why the cheese ain't melting. We don't know. But my whole point is nothing should taste that good. Nothing. I mean, I've had some good. The best natural food I ever had was venison cooked over a hickory fire. Like a real fire. A deer freshly killed. Back straps off a deer cooked over some hickory wood. Now that was pretty damn good. That's better than a McDonald's. It's better in a different way though. I mean, nothing tickles the taste buds like a freaking bag, like a Dorito, Velveeta macaroni and cheese, double cheeseburger from McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, any of that. You make burgers at home your whole life, you'll never get close to what they taste like out here. I don't know what they put in there. They broke down the taste buds, and they figured out how to attack the taste buds via food. Why don't they make a cucumber? Well, then you'd be doing body math. Your body be doing math if they put all those, all that shit in a cucumber that would make it taste like a double cheeseburger, But yeah, so how you guys been? I know I'm a little late on this. I think it's been 2.5 weeks or so since I've did one with my good friend Jerry. We did one last night together. And I had the levels on the little mixer that I'm still learning how to work here all screwed up. So his voice sounded like Jimi Hendrix's guitar. Like it sounded like it had distortion on. So, I wasn't putting that out there. It just kind of sounded like I was getting yelled at the whole time. But yeah, it's been a while. So I figured I'd do a solo one. These ones are, a little bit more challenging. It's weird when you get a microphone in front of your face to talk on it. I don't know why. You're recording yourself. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, I've just been busy, man. I've been busy, That's the thing about the work week. It's sometimes if you really break it down, let's say you got to be to work at 8:30. You're up at 7, gives you an hour and a half to scrub your nuts, take a shit. Do all that, get your clothes ready, brush your teeth, take care of all the tangible stuff that needs to be taken care of before you leave to go to work, So you get an hour and a half, 2 hours. For the ladies, if you're doing makeup, it might be more 2.5, 3 hours. But, so you're up 7. Your work day goes 8 hours, so you're going 8:30 to 5 o'clock. By the time you get home, you got to eat. You got to eat something. Eventually, you're hungry. So there's an hour taken off cooking. So really, be in bed at 9:30, 10 o'clock. So really, we're going 6:30, 7:30, 8:30, 9:30. You only got about 3-4 hours of free time because the rest of it needs to be used for sleeping. And in that free time, you got to find, a lot of times you get busy. It's hard to find inspiration. Sometimes you lose inspiration. And if you lose inspiration, you're going to become depressed. So you got to keep trying to find stuff that inspires you. And that's something that, I think all of us struggle with. I struggled with it last week. It's just you get on a grind, and it's the same monotonous thing every single day. That's why people like to go camping, I think, because you don't know what's going to happen. I feel like life is supposed to be something spontaneous. I mean, take off walking through a set of woods or a mountain range you've never been through. You don't know what's going to happen. That isn't, you can't plan that out as a routine trip. That's going to be completely random. So I think routines are good. I'll take a routine, get up, brush your teeth, take a shower. That's all the routine you really need. The rest of it should be spontaneous. I would rather have randomness. I don't like plans. You ever make plans? This is what happens if you're a drinker. You'll make plans when you're drinking and then wake up the next day and go, I really didn't want to make them fucking plans. Because now my only free day, I planned to do something I didn't even want to do. Whether it be going to, your friend's daughter's t-ball game, No man in his 20s without kids wants to go to a t-ball game. You're going to be looked at a little strange there. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. All right. Yeah, that's the thing. I drive, so driving's easy. I get to listen to music, and I'm by myself, so that's nice. But also, driving requires a good night's rest because you don't want to be fatigued out there behind the wheel. You don't want to be driving around half tired. That's not good for you. And it's dangerous, too. Because driving is simple, but you got to focus the whole entire time. You got to focus. You can't be, screwing off out there if you're driving down the highway going 74 lanes, semis weaving in and out. Today I found myself, for some reason, for about 2 hours, I found myself hating truckers. I just hated truckers. Every trucker I've seen, I disliked. Because I hate when I see them coming up, passing me. It gives me anxiety a little bit. Because those trucks are so huge. Just no disregard to truckers. I found that's a flaw in my thinking. That was just a product of not getting enough sleep and being a grouch, I think. So I was taking my day. I took about 4 hours of my day out on truckers today. Also, a trucker did kind of screw me over the other day. I stopped in a rest area, and I had to go number 2. Now, most of the listeners know what Mr. Hero is. Pardon me. That's a horrible habit I got to get rid of. Smoking, see? It broke up my train of thought, too, because I had to put that cigarette out. Anyway, so this is where the trucker, my little hate streak for truckers started, actually. It was last Thursday. I'm driving. And anybody's from Ohio, okay, now I know where I'm at, okay. I was down in Akron, Ohio, and I decided for lunch because, I'm impulsive. And I meant to eat healthy. I've been eating. Well, actually, last week I was on a mozzarella kick, so I wasn't eating healthy. But I always mean to. But, their advertising gets me every time. But I wanted Mr. Hero. Long story short, I go to Mr. Hero. I want to get now they're doubling up the Roman burgers with 2 patties instead of just, they're doubling. It's double patties. They're putting twice the meat on these these Roman burgers now. And I looked and I was like, I'm going to get a Roman burger. I don't care. It's 12 noon. I didn't get breakfast today. Slightly hungover. So I'm not in the best frame of mind. I'm not in the best light. I'm making bad decisions out there, food-wise. I go in there. I look at the Roman burgers. I couldn't believe it. They were 2,500 calories. I'm like, no way. I'm not getting that. So I settled for something a little less. I got the chicken Philly, which is real good, 10-inch wafer fries. I said no to the cheese sauce, and I got a water. So 1:30 hits, an hour and a half after I have indulged in this Mr. Hero. And I'm driving down the highway. I stop at a truck stop at 1:30. This is prime time. An hour and a half after you eat greasy food, it's coming out of you. Within an hour and 2.5, 3 hours, you're gonna have to drop off whatever you ate for breakfast or dinner the day before or the day of. And so I go into a bathroom, and the stalls are occupied, and I gotta go so bad that I'm scoping out a urinal to do my due diligence in over there because I gotta go that bad. I'm shaking, I'm pacing, I'm bending my knees, I'm pushing my knees together, crouching down, standing up, looking around, looking at myself in the mirror because they got the beautiful mirror in this truck stop I was in. Beautiful mirror. There was only 3 stalls at a truck stop, which I think there should be at least 15 stalls because every time I go into a truck stop, every single stall is occupied. Occupied, can't get in there. Because truckers are, they got to go to the bathroom, especially at 1:30. That's prime time bathroom time. I mean, I would honestly believe that, and I would like to start a little research study on that. You can email me, thebigchase52@gmail.com for your truck stop stories, by the way. Anyway, so I'm waiting. I hear somebody in there groaning, grunting. It was like he was giving birth in there, man. And I found this common across truck stops across Northeast Ohio, too, is there's a lot of groaning going on when people are using the bathroom. I don't groan. I had a broken leg, and that cast come up to my knee, so it was really hard to bend my leg. And so I was shitting one-footed, holding one foot up in the air. And, that's not easy. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that sucks about having a broken leg is little things like that. Anyway, and I didn't groan one time throughout that whole process. Like there was none of that going on. But that's what I hear from 3 grown men groaning. And then I hear the toilet paper going, okay, my time's coming. It's getting closer. And it's like, how the last mile of your run, if you're running, is the hardest? The last 10 seconds waiting for that bathroom door to swing open is the hardest. 10 seconds to wait. Anyway, so that door swings open. This big, giant man comes out. He's fairly young, but he is a giant man. Gigantic. I could only imagine. It was cheeseburger. It was all cheeseburgers too. It wasn't Brock Lesnar, NFL linebacker, huge giant. It was like, he's been eating too much math food and them problems ain't been solved. His desk is building up. Like he can't even see over the top to see who's coming in the door, if you know what I mean. So I go in there and it smells sweet. It smells sweet. The smell is disgusting. First of all, it was a sweet smell of disgust. So I covered my nose with my sweatshirt, and I proceed to, undo my pants and, get ready to, relieve the pressure. And I look down and there's shit. This guy had shit all over the toilet seat, all over the back of the seat. And the door was locked, so I was like, I felt a little safe. And then flashes of Dumb and Dumber came back when Seabass kicked the door in. I started going, what the fuck? Why did you not clean this up? I got no response. And then I said, I'm going to keep piling the what the fucks on. So I gave a couple more what the fucks out. And then, I got no response. And I have no choice. Because it's either shit my pants or shit in this toilet. So I had to clean this up. I had to clean this grown man's mess up. And then, while having to go to the bathroom, I'm cleaning up what I'm going to dispose of. And it was just a freaking nightmare. It was just a nightmare. And that started it. Because I walked out and I seen the guy who did that, who caused me all this stress, this discomfort that nobody needs this kind of discomfort on a Thursday afternoon. I come out and this guy's ordering Burger King. That's disgusting, dude. After what you just did, you're ordering Burger King. And that's how he ended up that way. So I don't feel bad for him. And after that, I was driving down the highway. I flipped off 3 truckers just because I got so mad at them. I felt because they're all, on their CBs talking. He's probably telling the story. He's got to tell that story. I'm telling a story about him. I've been thinking about him. It's been freaking almost damn near a week, and I'm still thinking about that guy. So I don't know how I got on this topic. Math food. Yeah, math food. So you got to watch eating that math food, man. It'll build up around you. Recently, so what else is going on in my world? I got off Facebook. I couldn't take it no more. I couldn't take it. Like I said, you got to find stuff that inspires you. Something that makes you want to go do something, And when I get on Facebook, I'm just not seeing anything that's good on there. People, I think people like to use it as an outlet to get rid of negative feelings or something because it's just not my cup of tea anymore. I can't do it, you know. And frankly, I don't really want to see pictures, you know, you and your, you know, God bless you and your family. You know, I don't wish nothing bad, but I don't need to see a picture of Easter, you know. I'm not interested. So why am I looking at something that's I'm not interested in? I should be reading a book I'm interested in. Wouldn't that make more sense? But no, I'm on here looking at stuff I'm not interested in over and over again. So, you know what? I said, you know what? I'm just going to get off of this thing, you know. I do miss it because I like to follow sports on there. I got a lot of Ohio State information. I'm a big Buckeye fan. I get a lot of my Ohio State football information off of there. I like the UFC, so I like to follow that. But then, you know, I got Twitter too, and I mostly just follow, you know, like news that I'm interested in, and I don't really get too much. I don't like no politics, you know. So I was missing Facebook the other day when that Conor McGregor stuff started popping off, though, because I'm a sucker for drama like that. I do. Like him throwing that thing through the window just made me a bigger fan, honestly. I don't know why. It's just funny. It's just funny. And stuff that, you know, I don't know. I think it's hilarious. I don't know if it's a gag. Actually, I think it's real because he's getting in trouble for it. So, but I'm speculating. Who knows, you know. But yeah, I had to get off there. I had to get to negativity. I had to cut that out. It wasn't good for me anymore, you know. So I'm on the gram. I'm on the chat. And then and then I'm also on the Twitter sphere. Is that what they call it? I don't know. I don't know what they call it. But yeah, I kind of had a rough day today. I was, you know, popping off of people over truckers. I was talking to somebody, and then before I know it, I'm like intensely talking to this guy, like I'm giving him a pep talk to a football team. I'm like, man, I gotta calm down. See what happens when you don't get sleep? But yeah, I've been doing good. I only had 3 cigarettes today. That's another thing with driving, you know, drinking coffee, nicotine and caffeine. Those two are like best buddies. So, you know, you can't have one without the other, you know. So you almost got to cut out, if you're going to quit smoking, you almost got to cut that coffee out too. So I cut her down. Plus I'm sick, man. I'm not sick. I got a sinus thing going on. I mean, we haven't had sunshine in I don't know. It's probably been 4 days. I'm starting to go crazy. Starting to go a little crazy over here. But yeah, I just wanted to check in on you guys. Get a little something out there. Tell you how I've been doing. I hope that Hendrix song doesn't get this taken off of YouTube. I'd like to figure out how to get this on iTunes so you could download it right to your iPod. Because I have an iPod I like to put stuff on. And then I know you can play music and stuff on there. Because I love music, you know, especially classic rock. Classic rock, Jimi Hendrix. I like Zeppelin. You know, all that stuff that's old. I'm not really a fan of newer music, you know. Just not really a fan. So, but yeah. All right, guys. I was just saying hello to you, and I'm going to get off of here. I did a little 25 minutes for you. A little chit-chat. Told you a couple stories. Try not to eat too much math food. You know, if you can't stick to the eggs, that's like doing simple addition. You know, you can get them problems done all day. Drink some water, brush your teeth, and shower. And you know what? Get rid of the routine. Lose the routine. Go camping. Get lost in the woods. Navigate by the North Star. That's another thing. If you're bored, figure out how to find a North Star. That's a good thing to know. Not a lot of people know how to find that thing. But I've been lost in the woods. Well, you know, in the woods in Ohio, as lost as you can get. And I've used the North Star to get out, and it's honestly worked. So, you know, just remember the sun rises in the east. It sets in the west. That's another good thing. So you can always find your north there. You know, any other survival tips you want to know, just give me an email at thebigchase52@gmail.com. And, hey, send me some emails about how you guys stay inspired. You know, how do you break up the monotony of the 40-hour work week? Because that has been known to get a man down. So anything you guys do, you know, would be good. I hope you get something good out of this. And, send me an email, thebigchase52@gmail.com. Let me know what you're listening to. Let me know who your favorite classic rock artists are. You know, rock and roll, blues, anything like that. I'll talk to you guys. Next week. Have a good one.